Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes and welcome to another Galactic Challenge video. Apologies for being a bit late today, but I did take Mrs. B Dynasty out today for a trip. It was our anniversary, so we started the day off by visiting the Jedi Temple at Stonehenge, followed that up by visit to the Sith Temple at Glastonbury Tor, and finished it up with chilling on the beaches of Scarif at West Bay. Now for today's challenge, unfortunately it's again one of those where either you have them or don't, similar like maybe for Tuscans, Gungans, right? We only have 5 of them, so you either have them or not, and how highly geared they need to be, again it'll depend. I was able to get it done with mostly gear 12, so hopefully you should be able to knock it out. I did have to remod though, as normally do with gear 12 Jawas for these challenges. As always, there'll be YouTube chapters below if you do want to skip ahead. Otherwise, let's see what's waiting for us in today's challenge. Now, we are facing Imperial troopers, which normally is a bit annoying, but no Piet in there, which makes this a lot easier. The only annoying one thing here really is Magma Trooper. More about that later. Now, in terms of feats, very straightforward. Jawas and then thermal detonators. If you have Jawas, thermal detonators, you don't have to worry about it at all. If not, I'll show you a few different teams I tried out that worked really well, mostly with them on full auto. If you do have Jawas, all feats, single battle, full auto, job done, you can move on with your weekend. Alright, now let's have a look at the modifiers. So Tatooine. So for Tatooine, what will happen is every other turn of every unit, everybody get inflicted with damage over times, which obviously will help out with the damage. Taking the Imperial troopers out in combination with thermal detonators. Now for Jawas, a very cool modifier. Does a lot of things, but most importantly we get 100% more protection, right? That's why modding for protection will matter. And then anytime thermal detonator explodes, we will recover 100% protection. Again, modding for protection, and this will then also offset, right, the damage from damage over times, because also, whenever thermal detonator explodes, we gain stacking speed of 5%, maximum 100%. So what will happen is, after a few turns, Jawas will constantly taking turns, and kind of Imperial troopers will just be standing there not doing a whole lot. And if they don't get a turn, thermal detonators don't explode. Damage over times don't deal damage to them. They don't hit you, which means they don't stack more thermal detonators on them. Well, that's why you do want to have protection again on Jawa, so they can outlast those damage over times from the Tatooine modifier, because unfortunately Jawas do not have a cleanse on their squad. Now again, luckily Imperial troopers, no Piet, and in terms of their modifier, not doing a whole lot today for them, with the exception of that they all get a revive, so you have to take each trooper out twice unless you have ways to prevent revives. Now, depending what team you're going in with to do thermal detonators, that can actually be helpful, so you can stall battle long enough to get your 40 thermal detonators inflicted. Alright, so let's first do the Jawas from my main account. Full auto will be this one, all fits in one battle. Again, I did have to remod, as I normally do for these challenges. You just want to stack Jawas with as much protection as possible, just showing you the stats. Like, I didn't do a full remod like I've done in the past. I literally just went and just made sure that everybody have circle, cross, triangle and arrow protection primary. I didn't even bother matching sets or anything, just going boom, 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 boom. Because the only thing that matters here really is protection, nothing else. Like, you don't even want your guys particularly fast. Let troopers hit you and get thermal detonators, right, applied on them. There we go, go in, hit full auto. I had to do this, I think this is my third attempt that was finally successful, so there is some other RNG in it, especially with the mostly gear 12 Jawas. But imagine if you got your Lightspeed bundle Jawas, you shouldn't have too much of a problem today, I think. But there you go, Veer's already down, Who Stark is out, Magma Trooper is out, and just Short Trooper and Death Trooper. They take a while to burn through, just because you can see we're taking a lot more turns than they are because of that stacking speed. Anyway, got through it. Jawas, thermal detonators down, all in a single battle, full auto. Now this is for my smaller account, where my Jawas are like gear 9, 10, 11, so not that high gear. So the best I could do with them, without any remod here, is on tier 6, but we'll do the same thing. put Jawas, hit full auto, and let these guys go to work. Unfortunately, there my scavenger got ability blocked, so we're gonna lose. Yeah, we lost Nabbit because of it. Because when scavenger gets a turn, boom! His AoE detonates all the thermal detonators, taking these guys down very quickly. Okay, how we doing here? So you can see we started taking more turns than they, but eventually they do go down. There we go. Scavenger unloading another one of his special abilities. And obviously, if you, like in this case, I did not get tier 10 with Jawas. If you do have Rey, again, you can just stick Jawas under her leadership, hit full autoplay. She will keep them alive long enough that you can stack a lot of thermal detonators. And then, again, just gonna go full auto on this one. Rey can solo these guys herself, Whirlwind, preventing revives. There we go, Short Trooper down. And then her ultimate should take care of the rest. So you can see the amount of thermal detonators we are inflicting here. You know, you should have no issues getting this done as well if you do have Rey and low gear Jawas on tier 10. There you go, Rey, all done. And let's move on to the next battle, another Galactic Legend battle. So this one is Jabba. Shouldn't be too difficult, right? Jabba, Leia, even Greedo in there spamming thermal detonators. Heck, you could even throw in Mob Enforcer if you do want, but luckily, because of their modifier, we have to take everybody out twice. Unless, obviously, a Rancor finishes them off on full auto. That will prevent revives, which gives you, again, more than enough time to get your 40 thermal detonators applied, I think. Anyway, just gonna go ahead. Ooh, Starks goes down, Magma Trooper up next, and then Death Trooper goes down as well. Okay, so if nothing else works for you, if you can't, you know, don't have Galactic Legends or something, some sort of a bounty hunter squad could actually work reasonably well, I think, because of Bossk's leadership. Because what happens is, whenever an enemy gets debuffed, which is every other turn, everybody gets debuffed, right? We will be recovering 25% health and protection, meaning every other turn we are recovering 25% health and protection. So this kind of keeps your guys alive and topped up. Obviously we have Zam there, Greedo and Dengar for the thermal detonators with their AoEs, but I also wanted to point something with Zam. On her basic ability, it will trigger the thermal detonators, they will explode, and then for each thermal detonator exploding, Zam gains 20% turn meter for each living scoundrel ally, which means she can keep getting back-to-back turns, cycling through her special abilities a lot faster. So that's gonna be very cool and very, very useful. Alright, let's hop in the battle again, you know, just show you how this team works. Let's go ahead, yep, get it on tab, they're gonna get their shenanigans. The opening sequence, I'm not gonna lie, is a bit rough. I needed, I think, 4 attempts to be able to line this up, so by no means RNG free, but yeah, in this account I don't have that much speed on bounty hunters. Anyway, we're gonna go through, just keep spamming specials. The only thing with Grief, I do not do mass assist with Grief, I just keep using his heal ability or basic, because obviously we wanna, you know, he's on the damage a bit, but otherwise our guys just keep spamming specials, especially whenever you get thermal detonators ready to go. So you can see Magma Trooper, a bit annoying with that thing, but luckily we got days on him. Veers has had enough. He's like, I'm done here, and he just kind of left the battle. Again, just keep healing with Grief. This will also feed turn meter to the squad. Keep spamming specials. You can see we are landing a lot of thermal detonators on these guys. Decided to first finish off their Magma Trooper. He was a bit annoying. Just spam more thermal detonators. There you go, boom, back-to-back turns again for Zam because of her basic ability. So definitely very, very useful in this one, because then she can cycle through her. Because her special applies, the first special applies thermal detonators, and her second one, when you use it, it will apply more thermal detonators on enemy that already has thermal detonators applied to them. So both of her special, you know, can help out with thermal detonators, and obviously Greedo and Dengar do that as well on their AoEs. So there we go. Just do the best that you can, that you stall the battle as long as you can, because yeah, still no feature tracker unfortunately, so it's really anyone's guess did you get it or not, hence why I needed I think 3 or 4 attempts to line this up. Initially, instead of Greedo, I actually had Mandalorian in there, but I was doing too much damage with him. But as soon as I put Greedo in there, you know, things fall in place. In my first attempt, was able to knock this out. So maybe Greedo was the missing piece to the puzzle today, if you are using bounty hunters. There you go, troopers down, and I was able to get thermal detonators done as well with these guys. Alright guys, again, apologies for being a bit late today, but still hopefully this video is helping you out. I'll see you in the next one, but until then have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.